Today we are fixing up some fantastic garlic mashed potatoes, and you're just gonna love these. Now these are not your regular garlic mashed potatoes because these are perfect for the holidays. They're great for Thanksgiving or Christmas because of the special ingredients that we're gonna be putting in these. Hi, I'm Melissa Diane, and on this channel we have so much fun in the kitchen and in the garden and just all around our home. Okay, so before we keep going, here's Heidi down here, and she has been tugging on my apron. Say hi. She's been wanting to say hello. They think I'm talking to them when I'm filming, and Ace ran over here. So they've got their scarves on because I was taking holiday pictures of them. So y'all say hi to everybody. There you go. Heidi, here's your chance. Heidi, say hi. Good girl. Now let's get to cooking. There are a few ingredients that we're going to be using today that make these just really pop for the holiday season. So let's get right into the ingredients that we're going to be using today for these special holiday garlic mashed potatoes. First of all, obviously you need your mashed potatoes, and I use just the regular brown baking, potatoes, but I add in a few extra, the little small baby golden ones. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I've got these little ones back here. We're going to go ahead and start getting these all boiled up, but there's these little bitty potatoes, and I had not really used these much until the last couple of years, but these little bitty golden potatoes, they add a little extra flavor to your mashed potato dish. So I'm going to go ahead and put these back in, and we'll get these all going. I've got about probably, I think today, about 6 potatoes. The regular baked potatoes about that long, and then I've got one package of the little golden ones, and those usually come in a little net package, and there's probably about 15 of those little small ones in there. Next, you're going to need some garlic. Today I'm just using garlic powder. I'm going to be using a lot of it because normally in this dish I like to use, or when I make my mashed potatoes, I like to use real garlic, only fresh garlic, and I'm completely out. That's never happened before. So today I'm going to be using a lot of garlic powder. We're also going to be using some cream cheese. Now you're going to need 1 whole block, 8 ounces of your cream cheese. Here's a little tip on the cream cheese. If you're using cream cheese and you don't use all of it, and you try to roll it back up in that little silver pouch and put it in the refrigerator, you're going to notice no matter what kind of fancy refrigerator you have, it just does not last very long at all. It starts to kind of get moldy. What I always do, if I don't finish using my cream cheese, I will take that block and I will literally vacuum seal it and then put this back in the fridge, and it will last much, much longer. You're also going to need a cup of milk, and then for your butter, don't fall over, but you're going to need 2 sticks or 4 halves of butter. That's what really, really helps make this dish super creamy. Now to the part that makes it more of a holiday mashed potato dish. I'm going to be taking a lot of different herbs. I have an herb garden out here that I just love, and if you never planted herbs, you need to do it. If you have any questions, leave me those questions in the comments and I'll help you out. But I have some rosemary out there by the pool, and so we're going to be taking this rosemary, chopping it up really fine, putting some of that in to the mashed potatoes. If you do not have fresh herbs, then definitely whatever you have used, it will make a difference in this recipe to put those herbs in. We're also going to be using some oregano. I've got fresh, or you can use dried oregano, and then some chives. These chives, mainly these chives are going to go on top for decoration after you get done, and oh my gosh, they just make the dish look beautiful. The other thing I'm going to do, and this dish is kind of a new one that I've been working on, we're going to put in there, in the mashed potato dish, some crushed red pepper, just a little bit. The reason we're going to do that is when this all gets mixed up, y'all, you're going to be able to see some green in it. You're going to see a little bit of the red, that crushed red pepper in there. It's just going to look beautiful for the holidays. Now, the final dish, once I get it all done, is about this big. Let me show you. I got a dish about this big. I like to use one that has a clear top on it, so then even when you have the top on it, you can see that pretty holiday look. Now, once we get done and we get these mashed potatoes in a minute all boiled up and they're soft and ready to go, you can mash those in that same dish. You can drain the water and do that, but I have something different you'll see me do. Because I don't very often get to use my handheld mixer. I have a wonderful KitchenAid mixer that Jay got me that you can just do everything, as you know, so fast in one of those. But I have this other mixer, and it's a sentimental thing. It's this olive green mixer. It's like back from the 50s or something, because that's how old this thing is. This was my grandmother's. And so anytime that I get a chance, which isn't very often, to use this in a recipe, I will do it. It just kind of brings back memories, and it's kind of special. So you're going to need an extra bowl and then a handheld mixer if you want to. First thing we're going to be doing is getting our water. Let me get the water over here. We're going to get our pot all full. Here we go. And we're going to let this fill up, and I'll be right back. How do you see it? How do you see it? While our potatoes are going to be boiling back here for a little bit, I'm going to take that time to take all of my herbs. I'm going to chop those all up real finely, and then also get the butter and the cream cheese all opened. So here we are over on the cooktop, and if you hear that noise in the background, that's my air fryer. I'm frying up some bacon actually to go into another recipe. Okay, so we're over here, and y'all, we are just a bubbling away. Let's check on them and see how they're doing. It looks like they're getting close. Not quite, but they're getting close. Now those little bitty ones, let me see if I can find one. I'm not sure if I can. But those little bitty round ones, I did not peel those. I peeled everything else, but I left the peeling on, or the skin on those little bitty round ones. So we'll come back in a few minutes and check on this. Okay, so it looks like we are ready, and I'm going to take these out. I have the mashed potatoes now in our bowl. Went ahead and took them off of the stovetop over here. You can see they're still steaming, which is perfect. Let me move in a little bit here for you, because you want to go ahead and get this butter in and the cream cheese while everything's nice and hot. Now, one thing I'll tell you, if you notice on here we're going, is that these mashed potatoes, they're ready. They're not quite as bright white as I normally have my mashed potatoes. And that upset me some, because this is a new recipe, this one right here, for the holiday and the way I've envisioned it. But I had chopped these up the night before and didn't realize that what I should have done is, after I chopped them, put these little guys in water, submerge them, and then put them in the refrigerator before cooking them. So I thought, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Do I need to go get some more potatoes? And I thought, no. Y'all need to see exactly what I go through when we're cooking and filming, and then not everything always works out perfect, and it's okay. What I think is going to happen is that once we get this all mixed up, it won't be as noticeable, but I also think it might give it a little bit of a tint and kind of make it more of a country Christmas or country Thanksgiving type dish. So let's mix these up really quick and see what happens. You can see these are still steaming, and this is perfect. That's what you want. You want to do this while these are nice and hot. And let me go ahead and get these mixed up, and then I'll come back and tell you a few things. Now, after we've gotten all of the butter in, we're now going to put in our cream cheese. And so you take that block of cream cheese, and we're going to put that in there. And y'all, this is just absolutely incredible. Oh, this tastes so good after all of this is in there and mixed up. Okay, so let's get this going. Oh wow, I already took a quick little bite. I just had to taste it, and just with the butter, and there's a little bit of butter left there, just with the butter and with the cream cheese, it already tastes so good, y'all. Okay, so now we're going to start putting in some garlic powder. Like I said earlier, if you have got fresh garlic, you need the fresh garlic. Put that fresh garlic in there. that really is the way to go. Even when I do that, I'll still come back and put a little bit of garlic powder in. But today, since I'm not using the fresh garlic, since I can't believe I ran out, Jay's not gonna believe that I ran out of garlic. I just never do. And, but I did, so I'm gonna put some of this garlic powder in here. Let's go ahead and put some more garlic in. Remember, for your fresh garlic, you would use about probably 5 to 6 cloves. This looks like a lot here that we're putting in, but it's a lot of mashed potatoes. And we really do want it to have that garlicky kick, so we need to put quite a bit in. So let's get this mixed up. Now I'm gonna start putting in a little bit of milk. You wanna go ahead and put everything in first that you want to melt really well. We've done that. So now we're gonna start putting in a little bit of milk. And you may not need this whole thing. It's just really gonna depend. You don't want them soupy. Now what I'm gonna do, let me move this around a little. We kind of started scooting as I was mixing. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and put in some of those herbs. Some of that rosemary and some of that oregano. We're gonna put this in and then mix this up really, really good. So we're starting to give it a little bit of color here for this holiday dish. So now that we have gotten our herbs in there, we're now going to go ahead and put in some of this red pepper. I'm going to slide this around. There we go. Now let's start mixing. And I think now I'm going to add just a little bit more milk, just a little bit. There we go. Just so it's not quite so thick. Now we're going to go ahead and take our mashed potatoes and put them in our serving dish. Now I have the mashed potatoes in the serving dish, and I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to put my little chives on top. And what I do, since I got these from out in the garden, I just take my little kitchen scissors and I just do little snippets like this. Wash them up really good, and then I just cut these all over the top. Y'all, this just looks so pretty. Well, y'all, this is looking so good. Look, I put the chives on top. They're finished, and then I put a little bit of red pepper. Looky right there. You can see that. This makes it look so festive for the holidays. Now, be sure and check out that next video that's popping up, and I'll see you over there in a few minutes. Bye-bye.